3, 2, 1, 0, and we are live with Clive in the pregame Bagnanza. I am your host, Mark Goldberg. Clyde and I are going to make sure that you regret showing up here, but we're going to have a little bit of watch talk. And Clyde, now I see the comment that you left. It says, I'm on top of it as always. But now what we know is, Clyde, we actually have to be live and on the air for the comments to show up. How's your day, Clyde? How is quarantine going?
Oh my God, I'm so bored. Jesus, God,
So basically, you get your kicks on Route 66 when there is adequate crime, because you're a defense attorney, criminal defense attorney, with no crime on the street happening. So basically,
and other comments are, hey, we've got other people showing up. Blue Shirt Buddha.
We do have
Blue Shirt Buddha is everywhere.
He is. He cheats on us constantly. I've even seen Blue Shirt Buddha sucking up to Tim Masso.
Well, he's everywhere. He's kind of like the coronavirus.
Savoir-faire is everywhere. Well, guys, let me explain what's going to happen here. There is going to be a few minutes of bullshit and shenanigans. So if you have tuned up after this, if you're not watching this live, if it is posted up afterwards, then you might want to just scoot ahead 3 or 4 or 5 minutes when we get through all the nonsense and shenanigans. But Clive, ultimately, we are going to talk watches. We're going to talk Rolex. There was a big announcement today by Rolex, and I'm covered in shadow. What's with this big shadow, Clyde? You know what it is there's this shade here. It's probably going to get worse if I open it. Let's see. Oh, that's a little better. I opened it partially.
Yes.
Well, Clyde, maybe we should greet the people that are in here right now. So far, there are like 25 or 26 of them. 27. Tell us, who's here? Who's with us, Clyde?
Who's joining us is Fallon Greymoon, Tree Dillinger, Justin Bailey, Watch in Pray, Watches and Giggles, Blue Shirt Buddha, Tom Castano, Booser,
and Fallon Greymoon,
and pharmacists do it over the counter.
Dog trainers do it with leather, or dog trainers do it on leash, or dog trainers do it in the kennel. I don't know. I got to come up with a better slogan.
And Justin Bailey.
So Tom Cusano asks, how is my arm? My arm is suffering from a dog training injury. Now, I did have a consultation with my favorite, your favorite, our favorite chiropractor. Clyde, you know who that would be, don't you?
Round the Dink?
Dr.
Pepper?
You know, the Diet Dr. Pepper tastes exactly like regular Dr. Pepper. You just can't tell the difference. And that would be the only soft drink that I think that it's fair to say that about. No, Dr. BBC, BBW, Dr. You-know-who, everybody's favorite chiropractor from Costco. And he diagnosed me long distance, which is, really against the chiropractic code of ethics. But, I prevailed upon him to do it. And he's pretty sure that what I have is basically a tendonitis re-injury. It's not just an injury; it's a tendonitis re-injury. And he gave me some thoughts, concerns, methodology, and a way around it. But a little 30-pound dog did this. I'm getting delicate in my old age, Clyde.
Yes. Market Delicato. Wait.
Delicato. Yes, I am a little delicato. Now, tell me, Clyde, if you've ever been injured in the line of duty, as a defense attorney. Have you ever tripped over a brief? Have you ever been locked up for criminal contempt of court for defending a client a little too vigorously? Have you ever had a client actually knock you out trying to, escape the courtroom?
No.
And you've been in practice how long? It's like 30 years now, isn't it, Clyde? You're an old man. You're elderly. How long? 25 years?
At least, yeah.
25 years of courtroom experience, and you have never, had like a desperado climb over you to get out of the courtroom.
Well, they climbed over me. It's still not the same thing as being injured.
I see. Well, at least you got climbed on. Have you ever had a family member like meet you outside in the, maybe we shouldn't talk about this. Okay. Well, Clyde, you're right. I'm glad that you're with me, and, Second Amendment, hoorah. Okay. Now, my phone is beeping, so I just want to shut it up and and make it quiet. Clyde, when you get a chance, if you would put the link in the Cardinals WhatsApp group, I would appreciate it. See if anybody.
I've done that 4 minutes ago.
Well, look at you, Clyde. You're handy dandy and fast on the draw. So, guys, what has happened today is something that I think most of us by this point might have expected, and that is Rolex has announced that they are not going to be presenting anything in the way of new watches, changes, updates this year unless things change and they decide to change their mind. So it was a very wishy-washy announcement, but it puts to rest the rumor that I have been hearing through more than one source that Rolex was considering doing a release of new watches on April 28th.
Rolex! 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 Rolex!
Clyde, I think we should find something besides the Archie soundboard because I don't really want to steal, I really don't want to steal pontifical donations,
I totally want you to steal pontifical donations.
Booster, $1.99 Clive. What's the worst defense you have ever seen? Well, he probably gave it. Was it the Twinkie defense, Clive, or what's the worst one you ever saw?
They weren't my pants defense.
I think that's going to need a little further explanation. Can you fill us in on they weren't?
Well, literally, CDF pulled over at a high crime area, and so talked to him, identified him, found he had a warrant, but they were going through and found CDS. So this is back when CDS was
what's CDS?
Controlled dangerous substance.
Like marijuana, crack cocaine, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And so he pulled out of his pocket, and his defense was, no, that's not mine. I'm not wearing my pants. I'm wearing someone else's pants. Therefore, they're dope.
Now, that's basically a dumb criminal trick. So, did his lawyer attempt to make that work in court? Or were you his lawyer?
I was his lawyer, and I stopped him from trying to assert that defense.
Wait, did you say you stopped him or you tried to stop him?
I stopped him.
Oh, that's good. What'd you go with instead? Plea bargain?
Yes.
Of course. Okay, well that was a fantastic.
And the other thing, which I could not, and this was revocation hearing.
Now wait, we got to explain for the people who didn't go to law school, unlike you and me. Revocation of bail, right, Clyde?
No. Revocation of suspended sentence.
Oh, okay. So
you
remember, I only went to one semester of law school, so keep going.
Well, yeah, you're convicted of a crime or you plead to a crime.
Yes.
And you're given what's called paper time on the street. It's the difference between a suspended sentence or a deferred sentence.
Yes.
A suspended sentence, you're technically convicted, is conviction, but you're going to jail or prison is suspended upon meeting the state's terms.
Good behavior, right?
Terms of probation and not committing a new criminal offense.
Yeah.
And I like to refer to these collectively as, and I quote, not fucking up.
Right. So don't go out there and fuck up. Okay. What'd your guy do?
A deferred sentence, on the other hand, is the finding of guilt. It works like a suspended, but the finding of guilt is put off or deferred until the end of the sentence.
I see.
So if you do anything if you meet the state's terms, conditions of probation and not commit a new criminal offense, or in other words,
yes, we're waiting, Clarence Darrow.
Not fuck up.
Fuck up. NFU.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Then,
sorry, that was my cue. I missed my cue, guys.
It was. And at the end of it, the charge is dismissed. So you accelerate a deferred sentence. You. So we had the hearing on the we had the hearing on the revocation of the suspended sentence.
Guys, wake me up when he's finished. Keep going, Clive.
And that she's desperately trying to convince the judge that she is not in fact part of what's called the Irish mob, when she has a giant shamrock tattooed on her neck, as big as my outstretched hand, literally taking up half of her neck.
Yeah. What was it? Well, just trying to wake the guys up. Okay, so wait, what was around her neck? Sorry, Clyde, I messed up your story.
A giant shamrock. You fuck up my story all the time.
So sorry. Okay. Jeff wants to know, is this still about the pants?
Well, Jim. Oh, okay.
Jeb,
Yeah.
it's Jeb. It's
No,
like
Jeb,
you know,
okay.
like low energy Jeb.
Oh yeah. Okay. No.
Okay. Well, guys, you know what? My best piece of advice to you is go if you want to know, if you want to understand Clyde's story, you can go back when this posts up, listen to it 5 or 6 times, enroll in law school. You know, and as soon as you're 25 years in practice, you're going to know exactly what the rancher was talking about. So moving right along, Clyde. So Rolex has decided they're not going to release anything new for 2020.
No. Your video said that Rolex canceled 2020.
They did.
So technically, that would make today January 1st, 2021, would it not?
It would not. Yeah, no, that's not what I meant, Clyde. You know, I think you're taking me a little too literally, perhaps. You know what? I'm going to go with the "that's not my video" defense. I was probed by aliens, and I didn't actually make that title. That clickbait title was assigned by aliens. So, well, what I meant by they cancel 2020 is they cancel new introductions, you know, by 2020, you know. Yeah. So anyway, look at that. I just touched my face, which is technically against the rules. Anyway, so.
Now, could you have Satan's kitten come in and touch your face?
Moving along, Clyde, we've talked about this. Every day we have to talk about the same thing.
Okay.
Every day, Clyde. So, guys, I don't know about the rest of you. Clyde is a teetotaler these days. I myself will be mixing up a quarantini when it's time for the pontiff. We don't know exactly what time he's going to go on, but sooner or later, we're sure he will.
Or he may not. Let's hope.
No, I'm pretty sure that everything will be just fine, and the pontiff will show up and we'll be there. You'll be there, right, Clyde?
Guys, if you have any good watch questions, please super chat them to this channel immediately.
Well, actually, now that you mention it, I'm looking them up now because we do have some. And let's see what we got here. Okay. Questions, comments, all sorts of things that people send me to markgoldberg8@gmail.com. That's Mark with a C, markgoldberg8@gmail.com. Look at this. Look what this is a gentleman by the name of Roddy. Yeah. Roddy, Roddy. Look what Roddy got.
Garcia?
I don't know his last name. I didn't tell you his last name. He's got himself a, what is that? A Pepsi. That's a Pepsi on a Jubilee.
Yeah, that's totally Roddy Garcia.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is it? Let me look. Is it a Roddy Garcia? I don't know. He didn't give me his last name. Hi, Mark. This is Roddy from Houston.
Yep.
All right. You know Roddy. All righty. Right. Yep. This is Roddy from Houston. I just got watching your interesting video on the 2020 models. Well, what he's talking about is I said that they canceled 2020, but if you have a Rolex with 2020 on the warranty card, especially first quarter, January, February, March of 2020, I think that might end up being weirdly, different, unusual, a little extra collectible, right?
Yes.
Because there will be so few of them as of, March. They just kind of like shut it all down. I got my last acquisition, a Pepsi, this year from the Authorized dealer. Anyway, the card reads February 2020, and it's a Pepsi. So just food for thought. Thanks for that info. Be well and safe. Hope your arm heals quickly. Roddy. So he was just sharing what he got there. It's a nice Rolex Pepsi issued in February of 2020. I think that's interesting. Do you think that's going to make 10 years from now? Is that going to be the one thing everybody wants, like the Fat Four or something like that? The painted lady?
No, because it's primarily exactly the same as the 2019 model. It's just,
absolutely.
Yeah.
But the warranty card will say that it came right during that exact time when Rolex was essentially blowing up and closed.
Now, if the warranty card came when Rolex was technically closed, that could be interesting.
Could anywhere in March, and that can happen because, well, it is happening. It has happened because they closed. I don't remember the exact day, but it was somewhere in March, mid-March. And there were ADs that still had stock and were still open. And in fact, there's a couple places in the world where ADs are still open. We'll talk about that. Did you know that, Clyde? There's a couple of them still open.
That's why a Hulk from 2020 would be worth substantially more, or be more collectible, more desirable than a less collectible, less desirable one from late 2019.
Yes, I see. I understand. Well, it's a funny thing. Like, for example, the Hulk has been around for, I don't know, 8 years, 9 years, something like it's been around for a while.
Yeah.
And, but the pricing of them on the used market, although now in play, due to, somewhat falling prices due to worldwide recession. Excuse me 1 second. I'm going to pick my nose briefly off camera. Anyway, the price is going down a little bit, but even before they did, like a 2012 Hulk was worth, a little bit less than like a 2019 Hulk.
Right.
Which is a little nuts because they're the identical watch, just maybe one's due for service.
Exactly. And one's not.
Yeah. Okay. Other than that, it would be exactly the same. So as you remember, I have a source called a Money Penny, and Money Penny sent me Money Penny sent me the text of the statement that Rolex was going to make right before they sent it. Which I will read it to you. Austin Daniels broke that news. Good on you, Austin. Well done. Well fisted, sir. How? However, I was sleeping. I was sleeping at the time. And Austin jumped on it because he is in a different time zone. And we will read that as soon as we read this.
Rolex.
Watch and Pray, $2. Thank you, Watch and Pray. Hey, Mark, why did you sell the Sea Dweller Size Matters? Well, what I sold was a 16600. Is that the reference number, Clyde?
Yeah.
A pre-ceramic? Yeah?
It is.
Okay. So that was a pre-ceramic sub.
Of course, it's a 16660, in which case you really fucked up.
No, I didn't sell that. Is that the, which one is that? That's is that the 43, Clydesy? No,
that's the 126.
What I sold, I did sell a Sea Dweller, but the Sea Dweller I sold was pre-ceramic. What I discovered is I'm just not crazy about jingly, jangly, hollow center link bracelets and tinfoil clasps. So that's why I sold it. It's the exact same size as a sub, except for it has a helium release valve and it's a little chubbier. You know what? It's a cool watch, and one day it's going to be worth far more than what I sold it for. Far more.
And so also, if you're interested in buying Mark's pre-ceramic 2-line no-day Submariner, you should contact him at Mark.
Yeah, this is a bad time to sell it, Clydesy. Things are down. I'm going to hold on to that puppy. In fact, right before the great virus scandal of 2020, that watch was like popping up and up and up. It was popping, and I'm sure right now it's popping right back down again. Okay. Anyway, Money Penny said Rolex will be making this statement to the press today, but I slept through the email, and Austin kindly broke the news on his own because he got it right off the Rolex website. Well fisted, sir. Following the cancellation of Baselworld 2020, writes Rolex, in March due to the COVID-19 situation, we, Rolex, had announced that we would unveil our new products at the end of April and schedule a number of press briefings to showcase them. So that was the plan. So those rumors that they were going to do some press briefings at the end of April, April 28 actually was the date that I had. They turn out to have been provisionally true, but now altered.
Oh, I see.
I understand.
Yes. Yeah.
In view, Archie, shush, be quiet, Archie. In view of the continuing extremely difficult context impacting the entire world, and in order to protect people by avoiding gatherings and one-to-one meetings, we, Rolex, have decided to postpone the announcements to a later date. We have presently not defined a new timing for our release. We will get back to you in due time with further information. Peace and love, Rolex. I added that last bit. So, Money Penny, thank you for sending that along. We look forward to your continuing views and information, but this is public information now at this point. You have anything to add there, Clyde?
I'm just wondering, how many moles do you now have?
I got the one here. I had one removed from the nose, and then there's one on the back. No, I had that one removed too. So fewer every day. Okay. Now this is a question from Robbie G. You don't know Robbie G, do you, Clyde? Because you seem to know all my guys.
Oh, fuck.
Hello. Buy. No, sell.
say anything because you'll be on audio. I'll talk to you later. Okay.
I wonder who it is. Who could it be? Is it Hisham? Hello. Yes, I see. Understand. Who was it, Clyde?
I'd rather not say.
No worries. Okay. So, well, tell Bill I said hi. Okay. Rolex Batman question. Hi, Mark. Love. Now, pay attention, Clyde, because I'm going to have you answer this for me. Hi, Mark, because you know a lot about the Batman. You almost had one. Stickergate. Hashtag Stickergate. Hi, Mark. Love all your YouTube videos. I'm in the market for a GMT Master 2. So I was thinking, why not just get the Batman? I have one Rolex I bought new 3 years ago, and I love it. The White Explorer 2, Polar Explorer. I have twin boys, and I want to leave them a watch one day, so I need another one. I do prefer the Oyster bracelet.
Mm-hmm.
What would be a few good places to buy? Are you familiar with Bob's watches? And what's a fair price in new condition? In like new condition, I'm a cash buyer. Signed, Robbie. What do you think, Clydesy?
Robbie, of course, obvious. Well, you're not going to get a Batman with on an Oyster anymore because it's discontinued. It's the Batgirl. I'd either like suck up to an 80 and try to get a Batgirl, or if you have to have an Oyster bracelet, I'd wait. Watch and wait. You've got your money. You've got your money gathered together. Just wait for the perfect target to wander across your field of view while you're sitting there in the duck blind.
Now, it seems to me from this email, especially given that he's inquiring about Bob's Watches, which is a well-known online purveyor of used Rolex, he knows he's going to have to get it used, Clydesy. I think that's pretty that's pretty safe. So he knows he's going to have to get it used, and you're telling him to wait. Let me just flesh that out a little and see if you agree with this.
Yeah.
You're telling him to wait because the price is in play right now. Is that right?
Yes, exactly.
Well, they were not terribly long ago. I think they peaked at like right around $15,000. Do I have that correct?
Roughly, yes.
Yeah, I have one. I paid $7,800 for it used when it was unpopular. There was like 1 week where it wasn't popular, and I bought it that week. So under MSRP, which I think was $8,500 or so at that time. Anyway, I think what you're saying, Clyde, is if he holds on long enough, maybe he can buy one for 10, 11, 12. Is that what you're thinking?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, right now we're in uncharted territory. There's a lot of people that are losing their jobs. We don't know how long the coronavirus scare is going to last. If people, even the bailout, it's going to just provide a little bit of relief.
Mm-hmm.
If things continue the way they're going, a lot of luxury items might get a lot cheaper in, like, say, 60 or 90 days.
So that could be going down. I was thinking about going on to Bob's Watches and sharing the screen, but I think I don't know how to do it.
Well, and honestly, yeah.
I was going to take a look and see.
Bob, as I understand it, Bob has some really, really good quality, but a lot of people complain they're a bit on the high side. David SW.
Yeah, I think here's the deal. I did purchase a watch once from Bob's Watches. I got the two-tone bluesy from Bob's Watches, and it was a very nice transaction. There was nothing wrong there at all. I've also purchased from Kenny Nguyen at Jewelers on Time. I haven't purchased from David SW, but almost you can't find anybody to say anything bad about him.
Did you have $5,000?
And you can keep having your $5,000. Sometimes Delway Watch Supply has a Rolex now and again. So, but the thing is that I think you're not going to get the cheapest deal at Bob's Watches, but you're going to get a safe transaction. And if there's a problem after the sale, you get I think it's a 2-year guarantee. So
yeah, that's
why people buy from companies like Bob's Watches, because you want to buy from a trustworthy source. It's actually worth buying unless you're a really, really experienced watch guy and you only have one other Rolex. So you're not Robbie. My thinking is that you're probably better off to pay, 5 to 8% more through a trusted source than just winging it on like eBay. However, I'm gonna make a video one of these days on how to safely buy on eBay, and it's not that hard if you really know what you're doing. And I'll share my tips and secrets. Okay. Well, thanks, Clyde. That was helpful. Now, Manuel Sanchez says, "Hello, Mark. I hope all is well during these crazy times. I came across a video you made about the Cape Cod product, Cape Cod cloth. I wanted to how much you would charge for a video review similar or the same as that one." Oh, Manuel's trying to, Manuel, sorry. Didn't mean to go public with this one. I have a watch jewelry polisher product that I want to promote. Well, Manuel, I think what I will do is I will contact you and just tell you, hey, send me a freebie and I'll use it. But I'm going to use it on something cheap first. Quick fist watch check. Clydesy, we're dealing with the all metal G-Shock today, but I'm wearing it on the wrong hand, which is the right. Ironically, the wrong hand is the right hand. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. And that's because my left arm is injured. Clyde, I just want to make a quick announcement to the punters. Boys, those of you who are, in the peanut gallery, all like 80 of you right now, do me a big favor. Oh. If the pontiff should go live, somebody tell me in the comments, because Clyde won't. Will you, Clyde? You'll just let me keep going.
Oh, of course I will.
The sincerity in your voice reminds me of the pants defense. Of course I will. And no, those weren't my pants. I swear. Seriously.
Yeah,
wink,
exactly.
Wink, wink. All right. What do you mean? Don't tell them. I see you in the comments, Clyde Wrangler. Tell me in the comments, people, if the pontiff should go live. Okay. So Manuel, I will get a hold of you and I will ask for some samples so that myself and some of my cohorts, you want to sample, Clyde? Is there something you're willing to try and polish?
No.
You're not going to polish, like the rare birds?
No.
How about a fake Flieger? Would you polish a fake Flieger?
No, it's a brushed case, Mark.
Well, it doesn't have to be a brush case. No, Manuel maybe has a product.
No. Do I look like BBW?
Okay. Richard Washington. He likes everything polished. Richard.
He loves everything.
He does. It's true. I mean,
he's like the George Pell of horology.
I was going to say somebody else. He's like the horology of horology.
Yes. He's like the George Pell.
Don't do it. Don't say it. But you know who we're talking about, right, Clyde? Yay, team. Don't say it or we got liability. Okay. Richard Washington wants to know.
Oh, you mean okay.
Hey, that's right. Yes. Okay. So anyway, like
that was a cool segue.
Yeah, work with me, Clyde, not against me. Rolex Sea Dweller 16600. Ironically, we were just talking about that. That's one of very few Rolexes I've ever sold in my life, and I did sell it. Richard Washington wants to know, he's wondering if I still have this watch, and Richard, Dick, I do not. I sold it. Let's see what else we got here. I think that might be it, although, here's another one. This is from Noah. Rolex Submariner Inquiry. Hi, Mark. I'm a huge fan of yours and your work. This is work, Clyde.
Yeah.
He calls it work. I didn't quite realize it was work. Remember, kids, I'm watching the Chris. This is funny. Chris says he'll trade you 2 Daytonas for my Hulk and a Batman. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate that. Okay. I have saved enough money to buy my first Rolex through a lot of hard work and in owning my own online jewelry business. I'm pretty sure that Noah is one of my Facebook friends, and this is a young man, I think in his early 20s. Mm-hmm. Okay. So he's working hard and saving money, and that's great, especially at his age. Owning my own online jewelry business. Unfortunately, with COVID-19, the state of Montana has ordered a closure on all businesses, including our local Rolex AD. That's about an hour and a half from where I live. To be fair, Noah, I bet you that Milk is about an hour and a half from where you live, because you live
in Montana.
Yeah, isn't everything an hour and a half away, Clyde?
Pretty much.
I once spent a week or 2 weeks in Wyoming, out on a ranch. And I remember asking the ranch hands, like, where do I go get cigarettes? And they said about an hour that way. It's like, oh my God, like an hour. And they were real ranch hands, Clyde, real cowboys. I have been on a wait list for a 116610LN. That is a Submariner date ceramic for almost a year now. And I have been working on building a better relationship with the manager, who is also an avid watch collector and has told me that I am number 2. It was a dude ranch. It was wonderful. They were terrific people. Triangle C Dude Ranch. It was beautiful.
Now, if you expected Mark to go at any ranch, wouldn't you expect it to be full of dudes?
It was full of dudes. And I mean, like, we got there and we were on horses in the Grand Tetons like 10 minutes after check-in. It was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The manager, also an avid watch collector, has told me I am number 2 on his list as of a month ago. I was wondering if I could get your input on how long one should typically expect to wait for a Submariner as a first-time buyer. And could I further develop a relationship with the dealer? So this goes on. I'm just going to stop here for a quick second, give the following piece of information. You know, I bought my Hulk from James and Son in Orland Park in Illinois, and I've sent a couple of people there, and they got Submariners. They, you know, like first time buyers, Submariners. Bam! Why? Because the jewelry store had them, wanted to support the channel. So what I'm going to tell you is, you never know how long it's going to take. You might be on a wait list for a Submariner a year, but might only be a month, a week. So
you talk in Montana, you know Mark Goldberg.
That probably isn't going to help you in Montana, but nonetheless, you never know. So, but good for you for maintaining that relationship, because that's how you do this. I've only called the AD twice in the last 5 months so as not to become a nuisance. I feel like I've developed a rapport with the staff, blah, 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 blah. Thank you so much, time. So look, many blessings. Noah, what I would do is I'd blow a call into your AD now. Text, email, whatever means of communication that you can use to reach out. Tell them that you were thinking about them. Ask how they and their family are doing, because you signed your letter to me, many blessings, which means you're a caring kind of person. So just express that, keep the conversation going, and good things will happen to those who wait. Right, Clyde?
What? Yes. Yeah. Right.
Any other words of wisdom for young Noah?
Well, actually, what you can do is you can get a bunch of different brands and brand your message into the side of a steer and send the steer through the middle of Main Street by your AD. So they can...
I think this is an Archie Luxury reference.
You know, I hadn't thought of that, but yeah, good point.
You hadn't thought of that, Clyde. You sound guilty even when you're guilty. You sound guilty, Clyde. Okay, so this is one of my favorite letters.
Please do not send super chats for any reason, because we know that will infuriate Archie Luxury.
Exactly. Well, it's 6 o'clock, so hopefully he will be going on soon, which means that we can go off. That would be a nice thing.
Please do not super chat Mark to say insulting things about Archie Luxury.
I would never. I love Archie. Do you know this, Clyde? I love him. You know this?
Do you love him more, or does he love you more?
Yes. I just got to... Wow. You know what? Crazy.
What?
Well, I just got a text. Yeah, just very, very nice. I just got a text from James and Sons, just checking to make sure that we're okay and healthy and so forth. So really, really good people. Ironic. But Brian, I don't know if you are watching this live stream right now. If you are, text me and tell me that you are, but I think it was just complete, kismet, irony, just, crazy timing that I'm talking about James and Sons, and bam, there they are saying hello. Really, just decent people. And I feel like at this time, people that you have rapport with, if you touch base with them, you're not asking for a watch. They're just trying to keep their own personal lives together right now, but also thinking ahead to how they keep their business going. Somebody like Noah is a terrific client for a store like that, because if they sell him a watch, he's never going to sell it. He's never going to flip it. He's going to talk about them and have good things to say about him to everybody that he knows in Montana for a whole lifetime. So it would be a good sale for that authorized dealer to make. But back to the email, Clyde, before I interrupted myself. Jared Walker sent me my favorite email of all time, and I'm going to read it to you. And then I want you to tell me what's wrong with this email. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Mark, great channel. I was looking through Instagram, and I came across a company/page that are selling Rolex at insane prices. And I wanted to see if you've heard of them. Thanks.
Okay. What's wrong with it?
Yeah.
He sent the email to you.
Okay. Well, that's one thing, but what's the other thing?
He didn't put it in all caps.
Oh, go ahead. See if you can see what's up with this. Hold on. Let me make sure you can read the whole thing. Oh, I'm on the wrong. Hold on.
You're on the wrong email, mother.
Yeah, I know. Hold on. Let me fix it.
Okay.
What's wrong with this email?
Well, they spelled your name correctly. They did not insult Archie Luxury.
Seriously, you don't see it? You don't see anything wrong here? Anything
Rolex,
like
Rolex and the same prices, I think.
you don't see the fatal fucking flaw here?
Well, actually, if you held it flush to the screen, I'm reading it at an angle.
Okay, let me read it to you again. But before I do, Roof Cheese, the James and Sons in Northwest Indiana never called me back about a date just, which was disappointing. Roof Cheese, I want you to email me at markgoldberg8@gmail.com, and I will look into that too, for you. Just tell me about that in an email, and I will look into it for you. Let me read this to you again, Clyde. Great channel. I was looking through Instagram.
There's another flaw with it right there.
What?
There's another flaw with it right there. Am I muted yet? No? Fuck.
Okay, so Mark, great channel. I was looking through Instagram and I came across a company page that are selling Rolex at insane prices, and I was seeing if you heard of them. Thanks. And then the next line is sent from my iPhone. So none of you see what's wrong with this?
Well, I'm half asleep. Tell us what's wrong with it, goddamn.
He didn't tell me what goddamn page on Instagram he's talking about. So how can I check it?
Oh, well, I presume there was a link or something.
No. That's why I was showing it to you. There's nothing. I read you the entire thing. It goes, if you ever heard of them, thanks. Sent from my iPhone.
No, actually,
I'm turning my camera back on, Satan's kitten. Just be aware. Oh, that's fine. Okay. There's a there's a semi-naked boyfriend in my vicinity of this camera.
Turn the computer to the right.
Well, no, I'm not going to do that, Clyde. Okay, he's gone now. Okay, so yeah, he didn't tell me. Yeah, he didn't tell me. So Jared, if you're watching, I would be happy to evaluate the Facebook page, but you forgot to tell it to me. So that was not helpful at all.
Okay. Now, actually, Chris Horology House Essery says, I'll save you the suspense. The page was mine.
Oh my God. Now I've got a very, very, very long email from Jeff White in Melbourne, Australia. And I'm going to read some of it because there's just too much.
Read it like Suckerhorn is saying it.
I can't. Do you know what? If I tried to do the Suckerhorn accent, I would hurt myself. Like I would probably actually get a muscle cramp in my tongue. I don't know how he does that accent. It's nair. Take the word no. It's like a single syllable for Americans, but it's like 8 syllables for an Australian. Nair. Are you going to the watch place? Nair. Okay. Mark, drop you a note. Say hi. My wife and I enjoy your YouTube videos and your contribution to the Pontiff's live streams. Do you watch us in bed? I wonder. I watch all your videos and all of Paul's as well, amazingly, including live streams. When you are on, we enjoy them immensely. I'm sure he meant to include you in that too, Clyde, but
either way.
Like you, I'm a fan and an owner of Rolex pieces. I don't have as many as you. However, each one I have, I really love and will keep forever. That's nice. I own a Datejust 41 blue dial fluted bezel. You have that one, Clyde.
Well, is it regular? Is it indices or Romans?
He didn't say. It's a 126334. Does that tell you?
No.
Well, the answer is I don't know. He's got a Submariner 2-tone ceramic, a Yachtmaster 40.
Black or blue dial?
Well, he doesn't say. It's just it's an LN. So
okay, that'd be black.
Black. Okay. Yeah, I like the blue better. Yachtmaster 40 116621. That is the same one I have, except for it's rose gold with a black dial, which means it's not the same one I have at all.
Right.
Submariner 114060, no date ceramic sub, GMT Master 2, Batman on Jubilee. That's a nice little collection right there.
Batgirl.
True, Batgirl. Except for he's got two tones. So that's a lot of two-tone going on there.
Is his name Tommy?
His name is Jeff Geoff. Jeff White. Okay.
Jeff, change your name to Tommy and everything's fine.
Tommy, can you hear me?
8675309.
8675309. Okay. I have consolidated my collection, disposing of Tag Heuer and an automatic Longines. I still have several other shitters, but they are nothing to speak of. Well, we all have a bad habit. I've got all kinds of crappy watches in the drawer.
Hey.
Crappy watches and cheap whores in my drawers. Let's see what else. Okay, I'm just reading the comments real quick to make sure that the Pontiff isn't on yet. I'm depending on you punters to tell me when Archie comes on so that I can get off of here and go on with Archie and Clyde.
He hasn't even announced anything.
Oh, I know, but he'll do it sooner or later. It does make me laugh with the chat you all get up to on the live streams with Paul. He is one of a kind, and whilst absolutely crazy, there is a lovable side to him. Did you know that, Clyde? There's a lovable side to the Minotaur.
No, I did not know that. That's complete news to me.
Let's look for that tonight. Let's see if we find it.
Yeah, he's up on space. He's starting at 8:30 tonight.
Archie's. You are lying to me right now. It's not my pants. So, come on, Clyde, do your job. I'm waiting.
Right. Well, wait. God damn it.
All right, I'll wait. Go ahead. Load it up.
Fucking bitches have got too much entitlement. Buy her one watch, and that's the fucking end of it, sweetheart. Be dead. Your job is to cook and fuck. That's it.
Okay. So now, Clyde, we have to stop joking for a minute because this is a very sensitive topic. But we're also getting RON, which I have no idea what that is. So that could be like hundreds of dollars, or it could be like 15.
Run.
Could be like no. Like I said, sensitive topic, Clyde. Let's use your pretend caring face right now. Ready? Here we go. Mark, I think my beloved dog has cancer. How should I deal with it? What do you mean you think? Go to the vet, find out. That's the first thing. Let's go find out. Please accept my condolences on the passing of the coolest cat in the world. My little Jupiter has departed this earthly, what do we call it? This earthly coil.
Realm. He shuffled his earthly coil, his mortal coil.
Yeah.
He departed the earthly realm.
That's pretty much what happened. Well, listen, let me just tell you something. First of all, find out if your dog has cancer. There's a lot that can be done about that. But let me just real quickly, Edward, give you my philosophy on pets and how to know when it's time. And my philosophy, and this is really serious, it's a great responsibility that we have to look after pets. We make all their important decisions for them. So my theory is I want to give every animal of mine every good day that animal can possibly have, with the fewest bad days necessary to really just squeeze every last drop of juice out of life, right? So when they're out of good days, it's time. I don't keep an animal alive just for me because that's selfish. And then finally, letting them go is the greatest act of love that you'll ever do. It's because it's the hardest thing that you will ever do. I hope that your dog doesn't have cancer. And if she does, I hope it's treatable. Timber Trap wants to know if I'm ready to sell him the 2-line no date, and I think Clyde has dibs ahead of you because he wanted to buy it.
Timber. Please contact him at markgoldberg8@gmail.com. markgoldberg8@gmail.com.
He wanted to flip it. Clyde wants to flip it. So thank you for those of you who are doing the super chat conversions for me. I appreciate that. Okay. Anyway, Paul has knowledge of many things, and his knowledge of watches is fantastic. I think that's fair to say. I think he's a bit of an idiot savant, don't you, Clyde?
Well, I halfway agree with you.
The savant part, right?
Yes.
He's a horned idiot savant. How's that?
Except for the last part, yes.
Yes. Okay. I am based in Melbourne, in Australia. I've been to Melbourne. I've been to your cup, sir. I've been to your cup. Clyde, you're still sleeping on the job.
Rolex!
It's times like this that I miss the kid. Mark, knowing your Rolex collection of 11, can Clyde tell us about his RC? What the fuck is an RC, Clyde?
Radio controlled.
It is? No, it's not. Come on. What is it?
RC.
Jim, you better clarify for us. We need help. We need help on what is the RC.
RC.
Rolex collection. That's what it is. Rolex collection. Clyde, tell us about your Rolex collection.
Well, no. Let me answer the question. Can Clyde tell us about his Rolex collection? Yes, I perfectly am capable of telling you about my Rolex collection.
Good. Please do.
No, he didn't say would. He said,
yes, I know, but they only have a limited number of, thank God the kid is here. Thank God. Clyde sleeps on the job, Mackenzie.
Pre-game Nanza.
Late to the game. He's fucking gone. I swear to God, he showed up.
You come on too strong. You come on too strong.
He should.
Let him into the ice cream truck first.
Clyde, I think he ding dong ditched us. Geezer wants to know if I would ever get a solid gold Rolex. Clyde, tell the man about the kid is back. Clyde, tell the man about your Rolex collection. Come on, do it for me. Do it.
I have a Rolex collection. I really like it.
How many do you have?
What's in it?
Rolexes.
Oh, God.
Which one?
A few of them.
How many?
More than one, less than 20.
It's impossible.
No, I'm not.
Well, Jim, we've done our best for you. Clyde is like a virgin holding a birth control pill between her knees. You're not going to pry that loose without substantial amounts of
The rare birds.
what? Yeah, how many birds are those rare birds? Is that 2 of them or 3 of them?
2 rare birds, an oyster quartz, a Batgirl.
Wait. A what?
A Batgirl.
When's the last time we saw it?
Oh, he flipped it?
I don't know. How would I know?
A date just with Romans. I don't know what else. Raider bird.
The oldie.
Oldie.
Yep. And that is a 4-digit Oyster Perpetual from 1958. It is 18 karat gold with a fine inch and turn bezel, and also a gold Rolex dial with arrowhead indices.
The Holy One begins in 18 minutes. That means he's going to start at 6:30, which is like perfect timing because we will be off by then.
No, it won't.
Thank you for that, Joe. Okay, well, listen, we've done our best to describe the Rolex collection of Clyde. Kid, tell us about your Rolex collection because yours is not half bad either.
Oh, me?
Yeah. What are you eating?
Chipotle.
Chipotle. It's open?
Yep. Delivery.
Do you have to? Oh, so you call it in or use the app?
Use the app for free delivery.
Free delivery. That's pretty cool.
Delivery means they bring it to him.
I know what that means. So did you tip for your burrito?
Tipped a couple bucks.
Did you? $2? Really? God. Okay. And did you spring the extra $3 for guacamole or no?
No, just double chicken.
Double chicken. All right. Nice. Okay. Okay. Now, well, without food like slobbering out of your mouth, tell us quickly about your
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The OP36 Blue Explorer dial. Everyone always forgets that one.
Okay.
I got
well,
the Pepsi, the Jubilee ceramic, and the Daytona Panda ceramic, as well as the Bluesy ceramic.
Well, I was reading a text. Say it again.
Bluesy Sunburst ceramic sub, Pepsi ceramic, Jubilee steel, and ceramic Daytona Panda.
3? That's 3? 3 rollies?
Yeah.
But those are 3 like awesome, difficult to get rollies, especially that Panda. That's
the Bluesy.
Yeah. No, not the Bluesy. Although the Bluesy is nice. I think it's a terrific watch.
Now, also, Mackenzie, if you're really enjoying your Mexican food while you're slobbering all over a giant burrito, you can voice how much you enjoy the burrito that you're eating. Because as we know, Mark likes Mexican food.
It's good.
Okay, so Booster wants to know if I'd rather be mauled. I don't want to be mauled by anything. Thank you very much. No mauling. Wowzers.
Mark would rather be gored.
Nice collection. Yeah. Fortunately, Hail Mary, I feel like if you're mauled, you've made a mistake. And I am not flawed. I am a flawed individual.
Now, guys, if you want to stay on this live stream instead of going to Paul Pluta, please super chat $50.
No, don't do that because no matter what you people do, we are shutting this down.
You are shutting this down.
Yeah, but I got the button. You go Rebel Stream on your listen, Clyde. If you Rebel Stream, I promise you this. And Rebel Stream, for those of you who don't know it, is when Clyde goes on against the pontiff, I will attend your first 10 minutes. I'll be with you for the first 10 minutes, Clyde, on your channel. How's that? To show, an act of loyalty, faith, and love.
Well, actually, what I'll do is I'll wait until he's on for 10 minutes. Then I'll start. Then I'll notify you.
Okay.
Then you get off this live stream and get on my live stream.
That's fine. You got to do it. Pharmacist says I got a hot date, and that is not a lie. So if I bail out of Archie early, you people will know why. You got to do something during quarantine. Lockdown sex. You got to do. Got to do something, right?
How hot is he? And shouldn't you really wait for his symptoms to subside before you start getting romantic?
No, it's hotter this way. Are you locked down with your girlfriend, Mackenzie? Is she home?
Locked down, yep.
Locked down, Nanza. That's perfect. That's great. Okay, you can call me later for some tips. The two of you are asleep on the job.
Rolex.
Jim French, $4.99. Clyde, do you have or have any JLCs? Can you name them?
He had a stainless steel Reverso Duo Face, but he flipped it.
Fucking flipped
it. Yeah, after I got the Parmigiani. By the way, Mackenzie, you had one fucking job.
Well, to be fair, he's eating double chicken, Clyde. Double chicken.
Mark would probably task you with additional. Never mind. Okay, anyway.
Double chicken. Okay, Clyde, you're a horrible person. And I'm so proud to be your friend right now. Okay, now there were some comments. Let me get into the comments. Guys, if you watch my videos, I do indeed read most of your comments, and sometimes I don't get to answering them because there are so many that come in, but I read them, and when I get a chance, I do answer comments. So let's see what we got here.
Well, you know why I got rid of the Chelsea Reverso, right?
Why'd you do it?
Well, two reasons. Number one, I really, really like the Parmigiani Calpa Hebdomadaire. I think it's such a nicer watch than the Reverso.
Could you please spell that?
No. Also, and of course, the biggest reason, why, of course, right?
Archie
still has, he still has the Reverso.
Now, there's a lot of people that are saying that all the ADs are closed, and they dispute my assertion that some of them are working from home.
Mark,
going to the store and shipping. Yes.
What's your Grail dog?
Oh man, that's a great question. That is not stupid because I kind of have her now. It's my German Shepherd. But I've had multiple Grails. I always wanted a collie, and I showed you, and I had a collie. And
is a collie a horology dog breed?
No, I would say that's a tool watch. It's a tool watch dog. It's a working breed, herding breed. Yeah. So.
But actually, he likes the German Shepherd because it's pretty good about patrolling perimeters.
My German Shepherd is such a weenie. I actually think that if I had an intruder, she would she's a big, beautiful, example of a German Shepherd, but she's so nice. I have a feeling that if there was an intruder, she'd be like, get the gun and I'll be behind you. I think that would be my dog, Okay. So, Juan says, thank you for your videos. I was called last week by 2 ADs.
Magnanza.
Eduardo. $10, 10 RON, which is $2.30. Thank you, sir. Royal Oak or Steel Sport? Well, for me, Steel Sport. How about you guys?
Royal Oak.
So you heard it here first. I'm in the minority, but
it's
then
two different price brackets. So,
I'm not a lover of LD Mal Piguet. Just not a lover. Thank you for your videos. I was called last week by 2 ADs offering me Rolex watches, BLRO Steel, which is the Batgirl. And although closed, would mail it to me if interested. I've read the same thing more or less in the forums. So apparently there are some watches that are coming out of the safes or that were late deliveries to the ADs. And some of these guys are trying to sell this stuff from home. I don't think that will continue for long, though. I think that stock will run out quickly. I do feel bad for the ADs. They have to pay personnel if they want to keep their good managers and so forth. And in order to do that, they are now selling stock that they previously hoarded. Clyde, let me throw this one to you. John Sullivan asks, do you think Rolex will still continue to produce the models they planned to discontinue in 2020? Or will they quietly not send those models out to ADs and blame it on the usual low supply issues?
Okay. As of the current as of current time, Rolex ain't producing shit. They're closed.
Nose pick. Yeah, but his question is, they're going to open again, right? So will they continue to produce the models that they were going to discontinue in 2020?
Well, it depends on when they open. They might be closed for all of 2020, as far as we know.
So, we don't know that. We don't know the answer to that yet, but ultimately they will reopen, assuming they reopen in 2020. I don't think they will. I think they've changed over. Listen, here's what I know from my inside source. They already changed the production line over to the new 2020 stuff.
But do you think they'll get rid of dials?
No, I don't think so. I think they'll sell that stuff off. They asked their local governing body, again, inside source, Moneypenny, thank you. They asked their local governing body for permission to send a skeleton crew in to go in early using extreme draconian safety protocols so they could get out their, the last of their 2019-2020, pre-Basel World stock and ship it, but they were denied. They're not going to throw that away. They're going to sell it.
They're having Sycamore do it?
They're going to sell it. That's what I think is going to happen.
But say they made 10,000 green sunburst Colt dials.
They're going to sell it.
They would just finish making out those 10,000?
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah. I do. I think so. But what I really think is they don't have anything 2019 unfinished. I think they already changed over all their production lines.
Yes.
Futuristic Maestro. I wonder if Archie could say that. Futuristic Maestro, $5. Thank you from hello from an American station in Italy. Thoughts on the Pella Gos? Well, first of all, stay safe. And thank you for your service. Grazie per tu servizio. And stay safe in Italy, where I have friends, and I know things are exceptionally difficult, hopefully improving right now. I have a Pella Gos. I like it a lot. I think it's a good buy used. Do not buy a Pella Gos new like I did. I had to be the first kid on my block to get it. $4,400. They paid my tax. And you can get one for $1,000 less now. So you can get one for $3,400 used. That's what you should do. But it's a great watch for that money. What do you guys think?
Is that one of your favorite bezel sounds?
Oh my God, the bezel is like a bunch of rifle shots. Pew, 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 pew. It's the most metallic, clicky, gorgeous sound it's amazing.
That is, and I actually do not mind the snowflake hands on that dial because it matches the dial. It's fun. It's playful. It doesn't try to pretend to be a Submariner or a semi-wannabe Submariner or a quasi-Submariner. It's its own thing, like David S. Pumpkins. The Pella Gos is the David S. Pumpkins of the Tudor line.
It's big and it's thick, but it's titanium. So even though it's titanium, it's still not lightweight. It's still substantial, but it's not killer. It's a great watch. It feels good in the hand. Feels good on the wrist. In fact, you know what? When we get off, I'm going to go put it on. Okay, Steve Kinsella. In response to Moneypenny's info, I called and emailed 4 of my local authorized dealers. I'm seeking either a stainless steel Sea Dweller or a stainless steel Daytona with white dial. Well, welcome to the club, Steve. One AD called me at 10 a.m. the following day and offered me a 2-tone Sea Dweller on the spot. That's probably just what they had, right? The other AD said he didn't have either watch in stock, but noted that his list, which he wouldn't call a waiting list, was a lot shorter than any time in recent history, and he invited me to check in with him in 2 weeks. Also cool.
Mm-hmm.
Both people who called me identified themselves as store managers and called me from their homes. So I told you, people, some of these ADs are working from home. I told you. Why are you two sleeping on the job?
I think they'll be able to get a Sea Dweller.
What's that?
I think they'll be able to get a Sea Dweller pretty quickly.
Well, he was offered a 2-tone one already. So, yeah, the Sea Dweller is not quite as hard to get as any of those other watches. It's not super easy, but it's not on the hardest list. GT Canadian $5. What are the odds of finding an Explorer 2 white dial from an AD in 2020? Well, let's make the assumption that they don't discontinue it, because we don't know for 100%, but I don't think they were going to discontinue it. Let's further make the assumption that they don't change the bezel to ceramic, which is in play. That's a rumor. We don't know. So in other words, if they don't change that watch, I think your chances are good. If they put a ceramic bezel on that watch, you're going to have to get in a long waiting list,
let's also make the assumption that human civilization does not end in 2020.
Yeah, that would be nice. I would, Clyde. I would miss our daily 5 times a day chats.
Yes.
So. Well, I think that's good. We've answered a whole lot of viewer questions. If there's anything that you punters in the peanut gallery would like to know, hit us with it now. Otherwise, we're going to start wrapping it up, guys. There's 116 of us here, and
we're going to wrap it up in about 30 minutes.
And then I want all of you to get yourself ready for the Archie show. This has been a pre-Nanza, a pre-game where we get a bite to eat. We warm ourselves up and we get ready to rock and roll over on the Pontiffs channel. Mark, what watch do you want to be buried with, if any? Clyde. I would like to be buried with one of those. I want to be buried with a Casio that goes into power saving mode for like 2 years. So that, I wonder, can they bury you with like a lithium battery? Is this like against the rules? Like, what if it spontaneously ignites, underground? 2 years later, my coffin explodes. See, I don't know if I want to be buried. Like, I think maybe I want to get cremated, mixed in with my dog's ashes and then, scattered to the four winds someplace. That's the plan. Clyde, do you want to be buried in a watch?
Yes, I'd like to be buried in a Patek Philippe 5196.
Yeah, the Pontiffs specifically.
Yeah, after I steal it from his casket.
Exactly. And Mackenzie, you're a youngin. Presumably, you'll go way after us unless you have weak lungs and no body fat and succumb early to COVID-19. What's the plan for your burial watch?
I'll take the Doxa.
Doxa.
Yeah, because you won't care if anyone steals it or not.
I think that's a bad decision. I'm gonna tell you why. Because Doxa, that orange dial was tested underwater, not under 6 feet of dirt, and its lume is not that great. So if you wake up, you are definitely not going to know what time it is, unless you wake up like within 20 minutes.
Nice.
So I think it's a bad idea. Mark Goldberg, I received an emphatic. We are not open at this time from my AD texted private number. Well, they're all different, aren't they? They are all independent family.
Which AD was it? Let's.
They're all different, Clyde. There's like hundreds of ADs around the United States. There's at least 300 of them, as near as I can reckon. And they all, some of them are corporate owned, some of them are family owned. Bagman's like Clyde, Jim French, $5. Clyde, are you a fan of modern Rolex watches? Appreciate you guys. Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, actually I am. And the thing is, I kind of started off with older and vintage stuff, but there's a couple, I'm not going to get rid of the rare bird for the older quality. It's not all about you. Is that the problem, Mark?
No, I'm sorry. Tom buried his mother with a quartz orient. He buried mom with a shitter.
But the thing is, once you really start experiencing modern Rolex, vintage Rolex almost becomes like costume jewelry.
Rolex. You're lazy. Christian M, $5. What are the best sources or sites to source an unpolished Rolex piece? Should you reach out to dealers directly? Well, listen.
They'll tell you if it's polished.
And I bet you the dealers are polishing most of the pieces, because the average guy buying a watch from a dealer wants it polished. So what you'd have to do is tell them to save you one that comes in unpolished, never polished, and don't polish it. So yeah, I think you got to go to a dealer.
Or you can find a really lazy dealer.
Well, that's true, but most of them are polishing. I think
this stud is looking at a rose gold Date 82 for $25K with the cream dial. What do you think?
Cream. Date, rose gold.
Date 82, so like the bigger.
Oh yeah, and for 25, that's a good price.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's actually an excellent price.
Yeah, those are usually more like 30. But then again, here we are, right? Here we are at the end of the civilized world. We don't really know what's going to happen. Guys, we're going to read this Begnanza, and then we are going to get off the air. I've got places to go, things to do, and people to ask.
That question is That question is directed at me. So
yes.
let me pull up some primary sources, and I'll have this question answered
in about a half an hour.
Exactly. Yeah.
On your channel.
No.
We're all heading over to the Clive Watch Wrangler channel now.
No, on this channel. Okay, now, Jim, what happened is in the early 1970s, the quartz crisis, Rolex decided to try to make its hand in producing luxury quartz pieces. And they wanted it to be differentiated. They wanted it to be obvious. I mean, they want people to be able to look at it and tell it's different from their conventional or mechanical pieces. So they went great pains and effort to do kind of like a slab case, and also to an integrated link bracelet.
Okay, Clyde. Well, thank you for that cogent answer.
No, I haven't got there yet. I haven't got there yet.
So anyway, Clyde, I want to thank you for joining.
It's oyster quartz.
Mackenzie, is he just going on in order to kill time? Is that what's happening?
34mm oyster quartz.
But
it's automatic.
It's
Okay, so I'm having
the oyster.
How do you do that? How do you do that?
The quartz, Mom, I know how to flip your button.
I thought when I muted you that I had to unmute you, but you can. Apparently, you can unmute yourself. Who knew? I have far less power than what I thought. But you have
the cases and bracelets were ready before the movements, right? So,
I do have this button called End to Broadcast, and I'm about to hit it. Guys, it is 6:32.
No, we won't go.
No, we won't go.
Thank you for joining me.
We won't go. Hell no, we won't go.
Hell no.
On the spot.
I'm gonna see all you guys over at the Archie Luxury Channel.
On the podcast, we don't say. We don't care if Mark is gay. Hell no, we won't.
Let me just say I love all of you, especially my panelists, for having joined me. Thank you so much for being with me.
We haven't started yet. We have plenty of time.
See you at Archie's. I gotta go get ready.
No. Stay here, guys.
Ready? 3,
stay
2,
Stay here. No,
1. I'm gonna do it, Clyde. I'm gonna do it.
Don't
do it. You can't make me. You can't stop me.
Mark has commitment issues. That's